Pisces, this October, the universe is guiding you to release old limits, step onto your soul path, and rise into true empowerment, especially through deeper connection with others. Hey Pisces, I'm Lindsay with Love. I'm a Western tropical zodiac astrologer, here to raise the frequency of the planet by transforming as many lives as I possibly can. And astrology is one tool that I use to do just that. Pisces, welcome to your October 2025 horoscope. I have you here. I have my computer and notes here. My mic is a little bit off screen here, and so I'll be looking down every once in a while, Pisces, to deliver to you the most accurate information. Let's get going, Pisces. We're going to talk Mercury, Venus, the full moon, Mars, and the new moon, and then you will be on your way to such a successful month. All right, Pisces, starting off Mercury. Mercury is starting off in the sign of Libra. And Mercury in Libra is very open in communication, open-mindedness, creativity of the mind, balance in the mind, peace and harmony, kind of a calm mindset. This is the energy of negotiating, compromising, and mediating. And for you, Pisces, the energy is hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your own empowerment, you living in the energy of faith versus fear, you feeling confident to move your life forward in a very vulnerable yet courageous and intimate way with another. So whether that's you and your soulmate, husband, wife, life partner, maybe it's you and your best friend, you and a business partner. Mercury's in this part of the sky that says, Pisces, release your ego desires for the greater good of you and another, right? And so here Mercury is, you're really focused in perhaps on personal growth, personal development. It's a good time to be reading self-help books, maybe joining a course, joining a program, maybe joining the Cosmic Collective if you're a woman ready to transform your life. It's a time where you're also focused in on like how the two of you can level up together through joint accounts, joint resources, joint material comforts and security. And so you might be strategizing with a partner around like the next 5 years of your life. It's a good time for that. It's a good time to talk to your partner around investments, around interest rates and your mortgage and your car loans and money and all those financial things, tools outside of money that you're earning directly from your natural gifts and talents. And it's a time where you're like really focused in on like power coupling it up together, being the best version of yourself, showing up in that best version, and then winning at life with another. It's really beautiful energy, Pisces. And then on the 6th of the month, Mercury then shifts into Scorpio. This is an intense energy, probing energy. You're going deep into the psyche. You are searching for answers. You're researching, troubleshooting, analyzing. You are focused in on like uncovering the truth. And for you, this energy is in the part of the sky, Pisces, that involves open-mindedness. It involves your ability to create your own life philosophies that open you up to abundance and expansion. And so here it's a really powerful time where you may be focused on like, what do I truly believe? And are my beliefs moving me toward my manifested reality, like the desired reality? Or do I have limiting beliefs that I need to start releasing through subconscious reprogramming and mantra work and meditation and all those things? This is also part of the sky that's focused in on your dharma. It's like your duty on this planet at this time. I like to think of it as like your soul mission. And so maybe you're discovering that for the first time, Pisces, or you know it and you're like ready to like strategize on how to step onto that path of service to others and fulfilling your soul mission. It's also the part of the sky from a very tangible perspective that involves sharing information, wisdom, and knowledge to far and distant shores. So you can think things like book publishing, e-commerce business, blogging, social media interactions, and you're going to be successful. Like your voice is carrying, right? And I would say lastly, it's also part of the sky, Pisces, that involves you perhaps enrolling in like higher education, master's degree, PhD level stuff. Maybe you're enrolling in a course around like how to deepen your spirituality, how to connect with your intuition, something like that. Has to do with like gaining wisdom and knowledge. And here Mercury is saying like your mind is on that. You're curious, you're ready to communicate things out. So that's very interesting for you. In fact, Pisces, because you are so spiritual, and Mercury and Scorpio is very like interested in the occult, the esoteric, the astrology, mysticism, spirituality. It could be that you are enrolling in some sort of spiritual course like that. And once again, Pisces, I do host the Cosmic Collective. It's a spiritual transformative group for women. You might be interested in joining. All right, then at the very end of the month on the 29th, Mercury shifts again now into Sagittarius, where now your thoughts and your communication is jovial and optimistic and expansive and forward thinking and kind of futuristic, and you don't want to be tied down and you're kind of in your head going big or going home. It's being able to see from like a bird's eye view, not being caught up in all the little details. And for you, this energy is hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your career, the business you own, or your public image out in the world. And so there's lots of strategizing in your career. There's maybe you're figuring out a path to promotion, a path to expansion. Maybe in your business, you're using your voice to really expand out. You're like, screw this, I'm just gonna say it, I'm gonna go for it. And maybe it's likely well received. It's a time where if you're on social media or something like that, you're very talkative, you're chatty, you're gonna reach a lot of people. So really go for it, Pisces. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there at the end of the month. From a communication perspective, and also thinking, like, right, everything starts on the mental plane, so you have to think big if you want to go big, and so allow yourself to think big, right? You don't need to put some restrictions on yourself in your own mental plane. That's not necessary. All right, Pisces, before we talk Venus, the energy of love and money, hit the subscribe button if you are a Pisces, if you know one in your life, or maybe you're cross-watching for one. All right, Venus starts off in the sign of Virgo, very healing energy, compassionate energy, wants to help others and be of service to others. And Venus is hanging out for you in your house of relationships. This is really beautiful energy. Perhaps, Pisces, you've been working on healing yourself, and now you're ready to stand in that really high vibrational energy and either verbally and vocally help another. Verbally and vocally is the same thing, Pisces. My mind is a little bit tired at this point. You're ready to maybe help your partner heal, your best friend heal. It's a time where if you are seeking partnership, whether that's seeking a best friend, seeking a business partner, seeking a life partner, you could attract that person in. You're healed, right? So you're giving out this like high vibe, really loving energy, and you're magnetizing those same people in that same healed frequency to you. So put yourself out there. If you're searching for that person or people in your life, it's a time where you could attract those people in. And overall, you can just expect, if you've already got all those relationships, a deepening, a stronger connection, opening yourself up and your heart up more, you and your partner, to really expand the relationship in such a beautiful way. Relationships should be harmonious at this time, shouldn't require much effort. Things are just kind of flowing nice and easy for you. Then Pisces, on the 13th of the month, Venus now shifts into the sign of Libra, and Venus in Libra is a strong energy. Venus in rulership in Libra, it's gentle, it's kind, it's romantic, it's charming, it's charismatic, a little flirty, right? High vibe energy. Once again, in the part of the sky that involves your personal empowerment, power coupling it up with somebody. Now you've got the energy of money and love here. And so it's like the two of you really are, like, Pisces, this whole month, like, you really have an opportunity to power couple it up with somebody. However that looks for you, whether it's your best friend, your sister, your husband, your business partner, like whoever, somebody, right? And with Venus here, that energy, the energy of money flowing in, it could be money from settlement money, claim money, insurance money. Your partner gets a raise or a promotion. The bank approves the loan, tax money, like return, something like that. I know we're not really in tax season, but hey, whatever. Alimony money even. But it's like there's like love and there's like a trusting love. And so when you have like trusting love and respectful love, that's intimate love. And so you're able to open your heart and be intimate, which requires lots of vulnerability, lots of courage, Pisces. But on the other side, the reward is leveling up your life with somebody, and that's really beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to share moments like that and to expand your life with another, right? And so that's the energy you have throughout the month, like really strong power relationships, and then the ability to merge energies and become stronger as a unit without losing your identity in the process, right? Or your individuality. Okay, Pisces, let's talk full moon. There is a full moon happening on the 6th of the month in the part of the sky for you that involves your self-worth, your gifts and your talents, and your money. Now, this full moon is in the sign of Aries, so very generally speaking, it's you may be making some adjustments to your I am, to your energetic field, to your chakra system. Maybe you're learning how to balance your energy. Perhaps you are learning something about yourself in a way that others perceive you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know people were perceiving me in that way. So you're making adjustments to like your core energy, your aura, right? Your spiritual body. Um, for you, Pisces, this full moon is taking place in the part of the sky that involves your natural gifts and talents, as I mentioned, your self worth, and your money. Now, I love this part of the sky because you need self worth in order to feel confident with promoting your gifts and your talents, in order to receive money and other material goods for your gifts and your talents. And so, with this full moon, if you've been struggling with worthiness or anything to do with like self esteem and it's been rough, this full moon can say, you know what, enough is enough. Like, let's stop feeding ourselves lines of bullshit. I am not this enough. I'm not that enough. Like, you are enough, Pisces. You are worthy. You are deserving. That is, worthiness is a natural energy we all come into this lifetime with, and it doesn't ever go away. There are no qualifiers. It's just innate to us as human beings. And so you're worthy. And this full moon could say, hey, like, cut it out. Cut out the negative self-talk. Like, you are good enough, you're cool enough, you're smart enough, you're pretty enough, you're all the enoughs. And so when you decide that, then guess what? You start to hone your craft. You tap in, you activate your skill set, you enhance it. And then guess what? Money flows to you, right? More money flows to you because you have this enhanced skill set. So the full moon in this part of the sky is maybe saying something like, let go of the negative self-talk. Maybe there's going to be shifts in the way money's flowing to you. It does not have to be negative. It doesn't have to be negative. It could be that you're no longer providing X whatever. You're no longer interested in some sort of skill or talent you have. You just are not passionate about it. And so you stop offering that to the world and you start enhancing another part of your skill set, right? And you're multifaceted, Pisces. We all are. I tell myself every day, I'm a multifaceted, creative, spiritual being of the universe. I mean, that seems kind of bold and big, but that's the truth, is it not? And so tap into that energy. You can take that from me, use that as a mantra, and remember who the heck you are, right? Remember who you are. All right, Pisces, let's talk Mars. Mars is hanging out in Scorpio all month long, and ooh, it is powerful, capital P. Mars and Scorpio in rulership traditionally, so this is very strong physical energy. This is determined energy, driven energy, goal focused, achieving success, in it to win it, empowered, powerful, magnetic. Yeah, it's a lot, right? It's been hanging out since the end of September. It'll go through the beginning of November. And it's a strong energy for this entire month. For you, it's hanging out in the part of the sky that once again involves your abundance and expansion. Pisces, you are not going to let up. You are in it to win it. If you have been working on limiting beliefs, reprogramming your mindset, this is a month that you have so much fortitude, so much strength and endurance in this part of the sky. You're like, damn it, I will release this. I will release this from my mindset. This is no longer going to affect me. These limiting beliefs are not going to stop me from my abundance and expansion. If you are somebody who's been working on an e-commerce business, on graduating university, on graduating, like passing the bar, like anything to do with like higher education, you're very driven. You will succeed. Don't burn yourself out, right? This is physical energy in this part of the sky that involves like reaching broad and distant shores, achieving success at a very high level. If you have been worried or nervous about like entering onto your soul path, this energy, like you might just feel like inertia just kind of like pushing you onto it, right? It's almost like you can't like stop it any longer. Like physically you've got to like allow it to kind of flow through your being. And so I think that's really cool. You may be traveling you may be traveling like long distances, traveling abroad with this energy. Now, once again, I will say, it can be a little bit, this energy in the lower vibration is a little stubborn. So on one hand, you've got this like strong willpower, and on the other hand, you've got like stubborn energy. So don't play yourself, right? If you know that you have a limiting belief, don't be like, oh, well, it's not really blocking my abundance. Like, yes, it probably is. So like, don't fool yourself. Like, give yourself the adaptability and the flexibility to expand your mindset. It's like when they say that, there's something like 10% of people that are brainwashed, even when they get seen the facts or something, they will still stay brainwashed, even though they're receiving factual information now. Which, what is factual information at this point, Pisces? I know. But it's like, don't be so stubborn. Like, don't keep your mind so closed. Allow it to open. Because once you open the mind, abundance and expansion can flow to you. Okay? What else is happening here? So yeah, be mindful. You might be in a lot of places all at once. You might be really physically focused in on learning something new, expanding your mindset, making more money, receiving more money, bringing more abundance in. But we don't want to push with too much human effort, right? The second that you start pushing with too much human effort, the second that things are working out, are slowing down, the computer's not moving, like it's like step away from the computer, step away from the spreadsheets, right? Take a walk, honor your energy, don't burn yourself out with this Mars and Scorpio energy. It's very powerful. All right, Pisces, let's finish strong with this new moon hanging out for you on October 21st in the part of the sky that involves, once again, your own personal empowerment, your own confidence, your ability to release your own ego, desires, and wants and needs for the greater good of you and another, or you and the collective, or you and the team. Your joint accounts and resources, money flowing to you in all of the ways outside of directly from you clocking into work, you running your business, whatever gifts and talents you're putting out to the world to receive money back in. And so if you have desires, maybe you have a desire with you and your partner want to retire in the next 5 years, or you and your partner want to buy properties, or you and your partner, like anything abundance wise that involves you and your partner leveling up, you power coupling it up with somebody, and or anything to do with you, Pisces, being really confident with yourself, super empowered, feeling good with all the parts of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the shadow, the light, right? Recognizing when we surrender to the whole of what is us, that's when you really allow yourself to develop further, right? It's kind of like releasing the resistance. And so with this new moon energy, you can launch out desires in any of those categories. At a very like general level, I would say launch out a desire that relates to you feeling safe enough with another to be intimate, not physically, but intimate in a way that's like, I am going to give my heart to this person. I'm going to share my dreams and my ideas and whatever, and we are going to level up our lives together. And the universe will hear this desire, will support by sending the money and flowing the resources that are required to make this dream a reality. All right, Pisces, claim it in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button to lock it in, and I'll see you back here soon.